exactly. I mean, I was ready for him, and I've done lots of self-defense, but still, I told him I needed to see that. I needed to see him, and I needed to access this part of his brain. Anyway, now that he came away from that, what I did was I did a kinesthetic strategy. You know how I was talking about the brain before? Let's say these are brain cells. What I did was I created a kinesthetic strategy so that he wouldn't stay in that place. And I did this through the use of anchoring, which we talked about before. We set up an anchor when we feel a certain way. And what I did was the first one I said, go back to a time when you felt that way. Even now when I touched you, go back to a place like that and I locked that in. Because he didn't want to go there. And frankly, I didn't want to feel it, but I was connected to him. And when I touched his, and I did it through using knuckles. Imagine these as 4 knuckles of your hand. So I hit the first knuckle, and I said, think about a time when you felt that fight-flight response, that feeling like you wanted to kill someone. I want you to feel that in your body right now. And I had him feel it. I touched his knuckle, my whole side of my face started shaking. I don't think I'd ever felt that way before. Just my whole body was like, because I was there with him, and I was wanting to feel what he was feeling, so that I could effectively lead him from that emotion. Because that's not a good emotion. And it's certainly not a good one to stay in for months, like he was. So I touched his first knuckle, and we anchored that in. Then I went to the second knuckle, and I said, what would get you off that state? And he gave me another emotion, and then another emotion, and the last one that we put in there was a happy, joyous emotion. Was feeling in control, knowing that you're in control and empowered. And I touched that. Then what I did was, I fired off this anchor, then fired off the second anchor, let go of the first one. Then I fired off the third anchor, let go of the second one. Then I fired off the fourth one, and then let go of that. Now, it's interesting, it even took me several minutes to even allow him to let me touch his knuckles. It took me probably 5 to 10 minutes just to get him to allow me to. This whole process took an hour or so, probably an hour and a half. It took me time to get him to trust me, and I promised him I wouldn't tell him to be healed again. It took a bit of time to get him there, but he trusted me and I did it. And then before I left, I put my hand on his shoulder and I said, you'll be okay now. And he looked at me and none of these feelings were here. Because we'd set up a new link in his brain. And we did it through accessing this part of the brain. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Doesn't it have to be repeated over and over again?
No, you only have to do it once.
Stay once.
Yeah. If you do that once, that's how powerful the brain is. The brain wants a way out. The brain doesn't like this. The brain doesn't actually like him feeling the way he was feeling. He just didn't have a way out. All I did was show him a way. Just once. Put it this way though. But that's only working with this part of the brain. When you work with this part of the brain, once is enough. When you get it once, it's in you forever. It's in that's why I get so excited about this. Because you just do it once and you get massive change in a person. Massive change. His mother rang me. She said he's not the same person.